Hi Leo, welcome to your bi-weekly readings. As always, keep in mind that this is just a general reading, so always take what feels right and with what does resonate within your own life experiences at this time. Also, if you would like a private reading with me, please contact me through the email I put in the description box below. As well, for this bi-weekly, I'll be doing a love relationship dynamic focus as we are approaching Valentine's Day, and not because I necessarily give to the day any type of special meaning or value. It's much more because I find very interesting that as an unconscious collective, we are paying huge, massive amounts of attention, energy, and focus to the issues of love and relationships. And so it's a good time to reflect upon what it is that's going on inside of us and outside as a mirror in the relationships we are attracting in our life, to try to understand ourselves as well in a much more deeper, um, aware way. So I focus much more on putting you as an individual in the center of your own life so you can empower yourself by this understanding that everything that you are attracting your way is something that energetically you are emanating and desiring to attract. And many times this is a very hard pill to swallow because we avoid and we run away from taking responsibility within our own issues, and that's how we project our own issues into other people, and they are doing exactly the same thing to us. So it's very good to try to understand things from a much more distant, detached point of view of your own needs and desires and expectations, so you can work into relationships that feel much more healthy and easygoing. Easygoing in terms of respecting and honoring what's going on inside of each other without creating, again, that sense of frustration and challenge because that person is not fulfilling something that we need to discover to fulfill for ourselves. So I'd like to clarify that. So my approach is exactly the same as I did in the previous readings. Just this time I'll be paying more attention to love and relationships to give a little bit of a sweet treat and also to change things a little bit. So, Leo, you have a lot of swords energy here around you, and this swords is really talking about the sense of struggle and a difficulty to feel that things are moving and going in the direction that you truly desire in terms of relationships. So in terms of a relationship you already have an interest you might have on someone, or simply what's going on inside of you in terms of the love nature itself. There's like this war inside of you, and as well there's a sense of difficulty relaxing, difficulty understanding that love is not a battlefield. Relationships don't have to be a battlefield. That battlefield and that war, it's happening in you. So you need to take a break to reflect. You need to take a break to rest, to cool down, to understand what is going on, to structure your mind, to recharge your batteries. So when you go to face up that challenges, you don't go in a sense, wanting to create more challenges by a defensive attitude or an attitude of win or lose. It's much more about you understanding the real issues at work here. And you have the Four of Swords crowning you, which is a card that sometimes, and especially in this deck, talks a little bit of isolation and a need to cool down, to let things freeze on their own and be okay with where you are in the relationship at this time. So if things are not moving, if things are not improving, if there is no one showing up in your life, if the situation is tense, if you don't know what to do or what is going on, because in the foundation you do have the Two of Pentacles. So there's a lot of contemplation and a lot of juggling between trying to understand the choices and the decisions you need to make and how to make them and what to make out of it, what it is that you are looking for. And the Four of Swords, again, crowning you. It's like your mind is asking you, please rest. Please take a time for yourself. Please take a time to just allow things to be as they are. Don't push it. Don't stress yourself out to a point of exhaustion. First, try to nurture the situation, nurture yourself on your own, which is just by simply retreating. Sometimes the wisest thing to do is retreat. And it's not a sign of weakness, and it's not a sign that you are giving up. It's a sign that you honor yourself and others, you respect yourself enough, you love yourself enough to know when to walk away from things that are not being healthy to you. And so whatever is happening is something that is calling upon a sense of letting yourself be okay with the moment you are right now. And of course, this is many times a very hard thing to do. Because as well in the current position you have the Three of Cups. So there's a sense that maybe what's creating this frustration or this difficulty in really knowing what to do, many times this Three of Cups is a card of superficiality. When people don't understand the real meaning of this card is superficial affairs. It's going out, partying, drinking, having loads of fun time, loads of flirtation, romance, but then there's an emptiness to it. There's something that it's missing in a much more deep level. So maybe there's commitment issues. Or maybe simply you're trying to bring back that sense of celebration to your relationship, a sense of a sense of acknowledging how special you are to each other, and things have been rough and you haven't been finding the way out to this enjoyment and pleasure. Or simply it means that again you are in a phase of your life where things are much more about socializing, friends, going out there, having good times with people around you, and understanding that that's the point of where you are. There's nothing wrong with it, but simply maybe a deep committed relationship that you're craving at this time, if you are not in one, is not yet being manifested because there's tension in you. There's a sense of difficulty allowing yourself to be okay in the process that you are going through. And so things are a little bit on the standstill. But you do have huge loads and amounts of strength and resilience to deal with this situation that might be creating a sense of challenge or obstacle. Because here, challenging you, you do have the Nine of Wands. And in this tarot, in this deck, this is a very interesting card. Again, it's the sense of being trapped. It's this sense of being in a place where you cannot escape and you cannot do anything about it except align yourself with yourself and pray and meditate and reflect. This is the challenge. So you're wanting to get out there, you're wanting to engage in any type of interaction that might set you free from burdens that you may be carrying, but this is a desire, this is a thing that you are desiring or wishing for that is from a sense of avoidance, a sense of just wanting to escape whatever issue here you feel very trapped in, and you don't want to rest, or you don't want to take a very your own look at the situation. You just want to go out there and have fun and enjoy because you feel very lonely, or you may be prone to feel very lonely at this time. With everything, it's a sense of balance. So it's not about you will not go out, you will not have fun. It's showing up in the current position. Probably you will find opportunities to go out and have fun, but you will come to a sense and a realization that all the fun in the world, all the booze in the world, it will not heal. It will not take away that sense of challenge that you are facing and your need to be aligned with yourself and your need to reflect, retreat, think, analyze, and accept and forgive. Many times as well, this is a redemption and forgiveness card. Is you having the strength and the bravery to understand that many times in life there's things that happen that we cannot change, we cannot prevent. It's not our fault, but that it happened. And so there's a sense of the only thing you can do is pray, which for me is the only thing you can and you should do is love yourself, be with yourself, be mindful of yourself, and accept as you can the moment that you are as an opportunity to heal and let go of things that may be still carrying a heavy load and a heavy baggage on yourself. So if you are in if you are in a relationship, in a committed relationship, it's just things probably have been tense or difficult or more rocky and unstable. And if you feel there's a sense of being apart or a sense of you and your partner distancing yourself or simply not being able to communicate and talk with each other as you used before or having the fun as you used before, it's okay. Breathe, take the swords, which is intellect, communication, and speak. Be honest. Talk about those issues. If you don't know what to say, if you don't know what to talk, tell them that. But be very honest and have the use of your mind, the use of your expression to your benefit. So let it out. Let it out to your partner. Let it out to your friends. Let it out to yourself. That I don't know what's going on. I don't know what to do. I feel helpless. And so the only thing it makes me feel good is going into my space and trying to just sleep. If you do feel just this need to sleep, sleep. This need to be very in your shell. Sometimes it's good to be in your shell when you're not doing it to run away from the world, but you're doing it to nurture yourself in privacy, in silence. And in the near future, you have the Five of Swords. So again, there's this sense of things are changing. Things are in a little bit of tense mode. And in the recent past, you also had here the Knight of Swords. So again, you are squared here, surrounded by sword cards, taking away here the energy of the cups. So it's like you may want to connect, you may want to enjoy, you may want to celebrate, but inside of yourself, inside of your mind, there's a lot of tension and a lot of contradiction and conflict between what it is that you want to do in terms of your relationships, people you may be interacting with, or simply sometimes how heavy it feels to be on your own. The Five of Swords advises you again to be mindful of things that you need to accept, things that you need to walk away from, or let people walk away from you, or situations walk away from you, without putting a fight to it, without putting resistance to it. Because there's a sense that this is those battles that we win at the cost of something. At the cost of something that it is a sense that you can win this and you can get what you want. You can get the prize. But after you get it and you see the cost of it, it is really worth it. It was really worth it. It's kind of those questions of what it is that we are looking for here really in this tension, in these fights, in these difficulties in getting along, in letting our egos and the need to be right, to prove that we are right. And sometimes words cut deeper than swords. It's truth. Words are very difficult to erase, if ever. They get imprinted on us. So be mindful of the things you might be saying, allowing yourself to say, and be sure that if you are saying them, it's because you took your time. You took your time to understand the meaning of what you are saying, and that it is something that comes from a real place, again, of honesty and heart. So you may be prone, or your relationships may be prone to during this time to have a lot of debate quality to it, a lot of sense that I have to prove myself, I have to win myself, I have to excel at this, I have to show them that I'm right. If you catch yourself in this type of patterns, be mindful of them, take your time, breathe, pray, meditate, and be as honest as you can with yourself and with people you are dealing with, so they can understand. And you don't want to track situations where you want to be the king or the queen of the situation, but then you end up feeling as alone as you did before. So Leo, it's a very good time to dive deep into your mind, into what it is that is causing this storm in your mind, and this need to retreat and to accept that that's not something that will keep you from advancing and succeeding and feeling the love pouring freely back into your life. It's something that if it's happening, it's because it wants to be excelled at. So then you can move on to an even better stage of understanding love and engaging in love in a much more respectful way to yourself and to others as well. So I hope you have a great week. Thank you for listening, liking, and subscribing. And hopefully we'll see each other soon.